Hi, it's Delia. Thanks for clicking on. So today is 9/9/25, and there's a lot of been having questions and conversations with people around the 999 and the portal and the moon and the cosmos. And there's been a lot of significance placed on today and this window of time with the eclipses and um, plus all the pressure and tension that's building around uh, kind of the battle for democracy and for people versus oligarchs. And I just wanted to say a couple of things about this as I was coming through when I was talking to my guides and angels and everybody else's. Um, I remember when I was very little, there was still a time when I grew up Catholic, and there were lots and lots of feast days, and there were lots of days to celebrate. And it's not unlike how when I've tuned into my past lives as being a Native American, um, and also just the Irishness of my family. There was a time when it was normal and organic for people in society to celebrate things more often than was convenient for the owners, right? And when you live in a society that is connected with not only nature, but also the bright spark, the spirit that's in everything. So a thing is made up of atoms and cells, and atoms and cells have consciousness. So if you're living in a world that appreciates the vitality and the wonder of each and everything, then you're going to have something to celebrate every day. And it's not forced in any way. So they, going back to my early childhood, they decided to rearrange the holiday calendar to make it more convenient for business. And people did like having a 3-day weekend instead of a holiday on a Wednesday. So that that move was pretty organic, I suppose. But it is a move that kind of compartmentalizes and relegates things to celebrate to specific times, and with the reshaping of society from supporting the people and individuals to supporting corporations and the economy, then there were fewer and fewer holidays. And with fewer and fewer federal holidays, it kind of diminished the holidays that weren't related to the state. So whether you were Jewish or Catholic or Hindi, anybody who had any kind of calendar that was not related to the banking calendar, right? It's less important than the banking calendar, obviously, because everybody pays attention to the federal holidays, and only certain groups pay attention to certain holidays. So it's an interesting way to kind of fragment a culture. And then now, because we're a culture without culturally supported mythologies and understandings of, or acknowledgement even, of the subconscious and the wonders and the mysteries of being a human being, how it's much bigger than what we're told now, it only makes sense that we would culturally look outside of ourselves, because that's how we're trained, for a reason to feel hope or optimism. So you look out of yourself and you see the growth period that humanity is in right now, which includes a lot of endings. And 9 is the number for ending in numerology. And there are a lot of endings going on. There's an ending of what we've been calling patriarchy and colonialism and imperialism, which are all structures of domination and oppression. So the hierarchy, somebody gets to be top dog and everybody else has to just, bow out. And now that whole domination structure is getting more and more out of the closet. It appears to be getting more legitimacy because of the people currently occupying high positions of trust or high positions of power. So all of this is playing out because it is an ending of all of that game, that whole structure. And it doesn't matter if it's a structure that's been in place for 500 years or 2,000 years or 2 million years. It's ending. And it's an important time for each of us to start to connect with and understand the importance of your true self. Now, your true self is not your body personality self, but it's that still voice. It's that quietness. It's a sense of love and power. It's something that might be foreign. It's foreign to a lot of people. But you, the bright spark, the infinite you, the part of you that exists no matter what's going on the outside, the part of you that has had lots and lots of bodies, lots and lots of lifetimes, that consciousness part of you is very much on your side and in charge. And like this current societal upheaval where people are rising and empires are falling, the more important it is that you connect with your higher self. And this higher self is a part that, like I said, has had lots of lifetimes and has always existed and will never not exist because that's the nature of existence. So you exist. That's it. You may change form like energy, you'll change form, but you're going to still exist whether you have this body or not. And that's the part of you that you may not be familiar with. Now, a lot of times when I'm working with people, they think they want to have a relationship with their higher self. They think they're really spiritual and therefore they want a spiritual connection with this higher self. But there's a step that you don't hear often. There's a step that you have to go through, which is your body personality at some point is going to have to be conscious of and express all of the pent up anger, fury, hurt, rage that the body personality has towards your spirit self. It all boils down to basically, if you're so great, why did I have to go through such and such? It's a completely legitimate question, and it's an important part of your growing into your relationship with your higher self. Uh, the body has to express its grievances. And once it recognizes that it's being heard, then things really change beautifully and fast, because it's these conclusions and decisions and assumptions that the body has that about life, about self, and about others that are the stop gates. They're the frozen parts, the shadow parts, the wounded inner parts. And when they are perceived and received, so you allow all that stuck energy to flow, then the body personality makes room for whole new experiences of life, the world, and everything. And so, because we live in kind of a blank kind of a world, there's nothing sacred, nothing's worthy, nothing's worthwhile. Let's say on a media level, because that's kind of the water we swim in these days. We look outside of ourselves for, this is auspicious. This means I can have power. And that's a worthy growth step when you have been convinced of your own powerlessness. It can take time to grow into having a modicum of power or wanting power. A lot of us didn't want any kind of a power because power had been misused with us. So we made power the bad thing. But power is not domination, and it's not oppression. It can be expressed that way, and it has been expressed that way quite a bit. But the power of you, of your essence, of your bright spark, is not about any of that stuff. It's like, think about the power to go from a seed into a sequoia. That is a lot of power. That's the power of life and growth and expansion, which is our natural state, which is why we had to be turned against it so much, because it is very powerful. There's a saying in the 12-step world about, and in lots of healing circles, about, keep coming back, we'll love you until you can love yourself. And so looking outside of yourself for auspicious support is a legitimate growth step to take the concept of power, which has been abused, and bring it closer and closer to you, so that you can understand power not as an abuse, but as a thriving. And then, well, under those circumstances, then I would like my power back. Thank you very much. So allowing yourself to be at whatever step that you are, and having the assumption that wherever you are is what? Divinely sanctioned. It's a great place to be, even if it feels sucky. It feels sucky because it's being, the definition is that you should be someplace else, which is based on competition and inaccurate. The point of most power is right here, right now. So wherever you are is the most powerful place to be. And turning within and desiring to be in a relationship with your higher self, that's a lot of power. And if your body personality can make becoming more powerful, becoming sovereign, if what it takes to make that a good idea for you is to look at the stars and say, well, because this is the position of the stars, therefore the universe is on my side and I have more power now, then do that. But the auspiciousness and the power of this blood moon or this 9-9 or this 999 portal, these are all capacities that you have all the time. What's different is that when society is telling you, or lots of people are telling you, 999 means that the universe is on your side, then you feel different. And then you act different. And I'm inviting you to consider the possibility that the universe is on your side every day in ways that you haven't even fathomed. And if you take that in, even just 2%, then how you operate, how you do things, how you think about things, and what you expect to come towards you changes. And if you're expecting a fight, or if you're expecting resistance, or you're expecting to be disappointed, those are the things that are going to happen. That's the energy that's the vibe that you're in. And then those are the glasses that you have on. Those are you're looking for that stuff. And if you were to look for, so you take off the invalidation glasses, and you don't have to put on the rose-colored glasses. You don't have to put on escapism glasses. You can put on the possibility glasses and start to entertain the possibilities that your higher self and the universe really are conspiring on your behalf. And that this air quote bad thing that just happened, what if it was for your greater good? And if you apply yourself to seeking out and finding how this bad thing, air quote bad thing, that just happened actually is for your greater good, then it's going to turn out to be for your greater good. It's a little bit like you see what you want to see, but there's a lot of action steps involved as well. If you act like the universe is on your side, you're going to find that the universe is on your side. And the only thing that was separating the universe, you and the universe in the first place, was your ideas. So let's say 9/9 is an auspicious day. Let's say 999 is a portal. How are you going to behave different? What are you going to do? And when you feel really great because the universe is on your side and your body has the proof of it because of the 999, then you may notice a lot of excitement in your system. You may notice an exciting anticipation, like, oh, wow, what's going to happen now? Not from the other shoe's going to drop point of view, but from the beginning of an adventure kind of energy. I mean, there is a lot of endings going on, and there are going to be a lot of endings going on for a period of time. Probably, well, let's not say how long. There's going to be a lot of endings. There's going to keep being endings. Things are going to keep ending because that's where beginnings come from. So it's really important that you do check in with what's the most fantastically wonderful stuff that you can imagine for yourself and for the world. And to just spend, even if you just spend 2 minutes on that a day, 90 or 120 seconds, being in the energy of how great it's going to be when these things are happening. Everybody is housed. Nobody's in an existential threat in any way anymore. Communities have come back. We as a people are happy with our interdependence and happy and eager to help out, and to participate fully in how our 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 family, our tribe, our community functions, and the innovations and the just the all the amazing adventures we can have when we're not stuck and thrown back into survival every day. And it might seem like a fantasy. There's a great movie, Tomorrowland, with George Clooney, and it's just a great reminder that there is a lot of um, invalidation and crap being broadcast all the time. And as long as there are dreamers and misfits and um, artists and creatives and empaths and adventurers, then there's going to be ways forward that no one has yet imagined. So finding what excites you like that is what this time is for. So yes, there's a lot of endings, but there's a lot of beginnings. And however far you have stepped into being your infinite self or embodying your infinite self on a day-to-day basis, however far you have stepped into healing and transforming how you operate in life, there's always greater, there's always more lusciousness to have in this life, because we've been lied to. And part of the lie is that we can't have that. The truth is we can. So let 99 and 999 be auspicious. Let this be a portal into being more you. And by you, I mean your infinite self. And having that relationship be more vital to you and more real to you, so that you can actually feel how much in your body, feel sensations about how much the universe and your higher self are truly on your side. That changes everything. Thanks for being here. See you next time.